has grown. Brilliant! Absolutely superb!
Hello and a warm welcome to the highlights of day 2 of the second test match, Sri Lanka versus England. It's happening at the Galle International Stadium. And the pitch on day 2 has got progressively drier and it will start to turn, I'm sure, with lots of foot marks now appearing. And Sri Lanka starting the day on 229 for 4 will want to ensure that they bat deep and bat long, and that's where they are at the moment. Angelo Matthews on his 11th test 100, an outstanding 107 not out. Galle on 19. Chandimal earlier made 52 and Lairu Thirimana made 43. England bowling, they were very good, they were very accurate, they never let Sri Lanka score freely. You can look at the economy rates, particularly James Anderson, outstanding 1.26 and 3 for 24. Good support from the rest. Mark Wood bowled with really good pace. Right, it's time for some action on day 2, so let's go across and join our first commentators, Mark Butcher and Russell Arnold.
Angelo Matthews swinging the bat above his head, a la Vivian Richards or Ian Botham. Certainly wasn't an innings that either of those two gentlemen would have played yesterday, or at least the way that you imagine them to have done. Matthews got himself in and ground out a quite superb century in conditions that were right for batting for sure, but you still had to concentrate for long periods of time in weather and conditions that were very uncomfortable indeed, particularly for those of us from the Northern Hemisphere.
Great determination from Angelo Matthews.
Big shout, but I think that's off the pad. I think it's off the pad. Tiny bit of movement into Angelo Matthews. That's why it evaded the inside edge of the bat. But I think it's off the pad. Joe Root's going to go for it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's there's a spike with when the ball is next to the bat. There's a clear spike, right? Okay. Okay. Clearly carried to the wicket keeper. The ball is it's good. You can go back to the on-field umpire. Kumar, there is a spike when the ball passes the bat, and I recommend that you change your decision. You're on screen now.
Well, we got there in the end. It's a superb review from England. Perhaps they were looking for the catch all along, the finest of inside edges. And Anderson has delivered 4 wickets for him. Matthews goes for 110, and the door is open for England at 232 for 5. New man in the crease is Ramesh Mendis, scorer of a first-class triple 100, average of 43 in his first-class career.
That's a boundary to Galle, the second in his innings. Spoils Sam Curran's over somewhat. Sri Lanka 238 for 5.
Shot. Pace through the air means pace off the bat if you middle it. And that's a really nice boundary. Second for Galle this morning. Down the leg side, it's a brilliant grab. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? That's an incredible catch from Jos Buttler.
He played it well, got inside it, and I'm sure it was off the middle of the bat. But too fine, played it too well, Ramesh Mendis.
Just a little inside tickle, wasn't it? It was another inside edge by way of pad and then into that glove of Jos Buttler.
It hits the pad, that's what slows it down for Buttler. Unlucky Mendis. Makes a duck on debut. 243 for 6, Sri Lanka.
Dhruvan Perera.
Galle looking good this morning. A lot of discipline shown so far. And that's the way to go as far as he's concerned and Sri Lanka is concerned.
That is a really nice shot on the up, not a half volley by any stretch, and that is Niroshan Dickwella doing Dickwella things. That's lovely. Nice bit of timing. Not sure that one will go all the way either, will it? Yes, it will. Really good shot from Niroshan Dickwella again.
Gone fine. No leg slip there, but it was a perfect shot by Dickwella, just working the angle.
Half century, Niroshan Dickwella. That's a wonderful knock. Yesterday played for Angelo Matthews, but since Matthews has been dismissed, he's taken control. Oh, he tries it straight away. Don't let him settle. One bounce for Dilruan Pereira. He's thinking just that. Swept well. Swept in front of square. Beautifully hit from Niroshan Dickwella. Good hit down the ground. One bounce again. Perfect. There was a fielder in the deep, but Dilruan Pereira knew exactly where he wanted to hit it. Top edge. Falls short, falls short. For a moment, England thought they had their man. Dickwella was nervous as well.
Top edge. He's desperate.
Swung away. That's leg side and swung away for a powerful boundary.
300 for Sri Lanka. Oh, it's an edge, but it's shot past Jos Buttler. He had absolutely no chance. Dickwella deciding to take on the short ball here. And he's perhaps offering England a chance. Solid in defence from Pereira. It's another really good session of tough test match cricket. England had the early exchanges in their favour, but Sri Lanka have come roaring back into it. This wicket fell at 243. That was the debutant Ramesh Mendis. And after that, Dickwella has put his foot down a little bit, gone almost to run a ball. And Dilruan Pereira has been a willing partner.
Sri Lanka will be pleased with this effort, particularly in view of Niroshan Dickwella 78 not out and Dilruan Pereira 21 getting together in an important partnership of 70. Lost Matthews early for 110. Ramesh Mendis a bit unfortunate, but what Sri Lanka needed was the bottom half to put their hands up, and that's exactly what we see here. England bowling, Anderson was once again very good, 4 for 29, the wicket of Matthews, and Mark Wood the other wicket taker, but hard toil for the rest of the bowlers. So 313 for 6 is what Sri Lanka had at lunch. It's time for a break, and when you come back, it's the highlights of the middle session. Niroshan Dickwella, he certainly batted with a lot of discipline and has restrained himself. We do know that Dickwella likes to play his shots, likes to be unorthodox. Dilruan Pereira, on the other hand, has shown that he certainly possessed batting credentials.
Now 21 runs away from a maiden test match century.
Runs behind point straight away, and it will be 4. Niroshan Dickwella now goes into the 80s, he's 83. And you could see just a touch short. The slowness of the pitch just defeating it, running away to the boundary.
Oh dear, he's gone. Niroshan Dikwella. He's gone aerial and well taken. Now it's Jack Leach picked up a smart catch. 30th 5-wicket haul for Jimmy Anderson, and his hard work pays off.
It's a smart catch there by Jack Leach, and a delighted Jimmy Anderson yet again gets 5 wickets in a test match. That's the end of Niroshan Dikwella. He goes for 92, Sri Lanka 332 for 7.
Suranga Lakmal, a best of 42. Another wicket. And that's back-to-back wickets again. And Sri Lanka making 3 changes for this game. All 3 batsmen getting ducks.
Jimmy's just getting better and better. The batsman throws almost just the bat at it. It was a bit wide. Could have left it. That's the end of Suranga Lakmal. He goes for 0. Sri Lanka 332 for 8.
Lasith Embuldeniya. Oh, good use of the feet. That's 6. Dilruwan Pereira.
I think he knew it was 6 the moment he middled that ball, as it sails into that.
That's 4. Nicely hit.
Oh, take that. Embuldeniya. He's not going to be tied down. And what has he done? He's hit a 6 and registered Sri Lanka's 350.
Just past the foot marks. And he's picked the spot, picked the right area, and found the middle of the bat as well. Good strike.
On 46. Turned away nicely, and that's his 50. A welcome 50 for Dilruwan Pereira. He's 7th in his career, and it's been a long time coming for him.
And got him gone. Mark Wood picks up a 3rd. Beautifully pouched again by Joe Root at first slip. He has been safe as houses in there, and Wood has really deserved that.
Lasith Embuldeniya goes for 7. Sri Lanka 364 for 9.
It's Aditya Fernando in his 3rd test match. Swung away. There's 3 men on the leg side, but none of them will stop that one. That's a great shot. That's a really good shot. Just used all of the pace that was on offer from the bowler.
More like it. More like it. Jimmy Anderson's not running behind that one.
Ball's a chance and out. This one should be taken. It is. Really good catch out in the deep. Slightly slower ball. That's a good catch, Russell.
Oh yes. That ball keeps following Jack Leach, and he seems to be able to hang on to it. Very, very good to finish the Sri Lankan innings. Dilruwan Pereira. A very, very handy 67. Sri Lanka 381. Well, we wanted the game to move. Well, struggled early Sri Lanka. 2 down for 7. Lairu Thirimana followed up with his 111 in the last test with a very well-made 43. But the star was Angelo Matthews. 110 contributions from Chandimal. Niroshan Dikwella. Very, very good knock. Deserved 100. Unfortunately gone for 92. And then Dilruwan Pereira made sure Sri Lanka got to 381 with his 67.
Star of the show, Jimmy Anderson. 29 overs, 6 for 40. Well backed up by Mark Wood with 3 for 84 from 28. No wickets to the 2 spinners, Jack Leach and Dom Bess. Dom Sibley and Zach Crawley out in the middle now for England.
That's too much, too much.
Right there, Zach Crawley on strike, and just a little bit of movement, just a hint of shape. Nicely played. Got a short ball and has put it away. First runs of the innings, and they come by way of a boundary to Zach Crawley.
He pulled it out of nowhere. Yes, that's slid on. Given gets his man. One turn, one goes with the arm. Sibley will ask the question.
Yeah, I think he'll review this. This looked to me like umpires call that best clipping leg stump. He might review it.
It was on the back foot.
Ball tracking coming up. Original decision is out. Pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets hitting. Can give me Ruchira please on field. Ruchira, you can stay with your original decision. I'll let you know on if you know screen.
Good decision,
yes,
very good from umpire Palia Gurage. Sibley goes without scoring, and England 4 for 1. Johnny Bairstow.
Oh, that's off the edge. And that's taken at slip as well. Hambledon has got his second. This is Crawley. Tossed up, bit of dip, turn and bounce. And both England openers gone.
That is a classic piece of left arm spin bowling, and it's done for Zach Crawley. He goes for 5. England in trouble, 5 for 2.
Joe Root.
It's okay, come on now.
Now that is emphatic. Hambledon went a little higher, a little wider, and Joe Root pounced on it. Shot from Johnny Bairstow. Just covered the swing and punched it off the back foot for 4 backward a square.
Oh, gets it fine. I think that was bat. Yes, there's bat. 4 more to Root and this partnership. Swept well into the gap. 4 more. Bairstow gets one away. Sweeps it fine. More runs. That's running away again. Joe Root takes England past 50. Reverse sweep. Encouragement from the keeper to the young man. But that was a good shot from Root.
Very safe shot, good option. Mid on, mid off, saving 1. So he's cut out the sweep and it's gone straight. That's easy. That is really easy. Wide and full. Another boundary for Joe Root.
Well, it's easy, but it's clever.
So starts off with a friendly full toss. Or at least, what are your thoughts on that?
50 up for Joe Root, another test match half century. Really nicely played. He's been overly aggressive since coming in. The score at 2 for 5 to join Johnny Bairstow.
Another sweep, another 4. Played that shot brilliantly. Brilliant. Now that's world class. It really is. Okay, you cut off my sweep shot at the leg side. I'll just play it on the offside instead. Short and cut away. He's toying with him now. And England and 2 Yorkshiremen seeing them through to the close. England trail by 283 runs. Finished today on 98 for 2. And It has been a fabulous day's Test match cricket. It really has. Double trouble for England's openers, neither of whom yet coming to terms with having to open up against spin with the new ball. Embledenia knocking them over for the third time in the series. But Bairstow coming in at number 3, dug himself in. And Joe Root, well, he simply bristled with intent to make 67 from 77 deliveries. As far as Sri Lanka's bowlers were concerned, Lucknow started things off with an economical spell, generated a bit of pace at times. Fernando got through 5 overs, none for 12. Dilruwan Pereira after his heroics with the bat, none for 22. Mendes, none for 19, is having a rough old time of it on debut, but Embledenia once again is the star turn for Sri Lanka with 2 for 33. Sri Lanka 381 all out, century for Angelo Matthews, 92 from Dick Weller, and half centuries from Dilruwan Pereira and Dinesh Chandimal. 6 for 40 for England's James Anderson. What a performance that has been. Mark Wood with 3 for 84 ran in all on both days, and Sam Curran picked up the 10th wicket, the only time that all 10 wickets have fallen to seam in an innings here in Galle. England replied 98 for 2. Joe Root is not out 67 overnight, as is Johnny Bairstow with 24. Embledenia looks to be the main threat. England trail by 283 runs.